Gymnasium on the campus of Faulkner University here in Montgomery, Alabama, for the battle at the beach that's not at the beach. I'm Jeremy Smith, joined right now by the assistant head coach of the Faulkner men's basketball team, Drew Wilson. And as we did to set up the last broadcast, just give people a little bit of a background. This is an event that we put together last year, put together by Faulkner University. At that time, 8 teams, tournament format, down at Panama City at Gulf Coast Community College, and just a really great event. But because of coronavirus, unable to host it down there. So what we have this weekend, 6 teams, classic format, not at the beach, but we'll keep the name. And it's not a tournament, but we'll call it that anyway, and we'll get back on track next year. So, Drew, we'll start with the immediate. You're matching up this weekend with 3 teams from the Sun Conference, the first one now being Thomas, who we'll get into specifically. But I think the most important thing for you guys is, barring anything ridiculous, you're going to get out of the weekend doubling the amount of games that you've played on the season so far.
Yep.
So how important is it to get that kind of consistency under you and actually start to get a rhythm?
Yeah, it's one of those years, and you're seeing it as Division I kicked off this weekend. It's just kind of the deal, and the teams that manage the interruptions and everything else, the best are going to be the teams that have success. And we've talked about it with our team since June that we had to be ready and we had to be able to adapt when this happened, and it did. And they've done a really good job. But you're right, at the same time, we need to get a rhythm about playing and getting used to playing and all that. I mean, I just asked one of our – it's been so long since we did a warm-up with 4 people or with a full roster. I said, what are we doing warm-ups again? I mean, so it's just one of those things, just trying to get back used to what you're doing and get – like I said, in the rhythm of playing. Well,
and that's one of the things we talked about a little bit in the William Carey broadcast. Like, Steve Knight's not a guy that's going to make excuses at all. He's been doing it for 39 years. But you can tell the fact that this was only their 4th game, that they had a 19-day gap in between games after their first game to their second game. The chemistry's not there yet.
Yeah.
It's going to be. They're going to be a really difficult team down the stretch for anybody to face, and he's going to have them right back to being a very good ball club. But it's obvious that chemistry is an issue. Well, for you guys, you haven't had the same lineup twice yet. You came out in game 1, and Austin Rogers pops eligible, I don't know, 5 minutes before tip-off, it felt like, and you're able to get him in spurts. You come out 2-0 out of that weekend, coming off of a big overtime win. Feels like the kind of win that's going to give you some momentum. Then COVID, and you're off for 3 weeks, basically.
A week and a half, we had 2 guys to work out.
Right. You work out 2 guys, and then you come out last week and you have 6 dudes. Like, that's it. Not hey, I'll put you in only if I have to. There's only 6. Like, there's only 6, and you managed to beat Carver, but now you got 3 more dudes coming off the couch for this one. So how do you find rhythm, and how much is that a focus on what you're doing tonight?
Well, I think that's definitely a big part. I think it gives your guys a boost, to have everybody back, to go through a regular warm-up, to go through a regular rotation, to have all that. We'll have a little extra juice than maybe, we would normally have. But I think just those guys did a good job of staying in shape the best they could on their own. And so I think from that standpoint, there'll be a little continuity issues, but we got a chance to practice, with most of them for a couple of days. So I think we'll be okay. But you're right, there will be a little bit of that for sure.
Turning our attention to Thomas, they're coming in off of 2 straight wins over Weber International and Coastal Georgia. They've got 3 guys averaging 14 or better in Trent Bryant, Jordan Booker, and Tim Williamson. That's 1, 12, and 0 for you scout heads. Like, what do those guys do well? What do you have to be prepared for?
They're very good. 12 is point guard. The Booker kid is really, really quick, really fast in transition. He'll be a problem up top. We'll have to do a good job containing him. Trent's a very good player. Wants to get downhill and create problems at the rim, but can make a jump shot as well. He's a good player. And same with 0. Both those guys are really athletic, really good in transition, really want to get out and run, but are capable of making shots as well.
So, again, the challenge, that's one of the things that I think is going to be really interesting about this weekend. You have 3 very different teams that you're going to be playing. You have this team that doesn't rebound it especially well, but they're really quick, and it's hard to stay in front of them. You got a Florida Memorial team that seems like they're long at every position, and you got to fight them on the boards. And then you have a Kaiser team that has now won 4 in a row that looks really balanced in what they want to do and how they're able to execute on both ends of the floor. So you should be good and tested by the end of this weekend.
Well, I think that's the whole point. When we put the event together, when we started thinking about it, I guess almost 3 years ago now, we started thinking about the event, putting it together. You really want to simulate a national tournament type of feel where you gotta play, you gotta try to win, and you gotta turn around, you gotta do it again, and it's going to be a different team, a different style, a different kind of deal every night. And so I think it'll be really good. Like I said, that was the design of the event, kind of from the outset, was to create something like that, to create, obviously a fun trip for our players. Not necessarily the case anymore, but for this year. But I think all those things have been accomplished by the teams that we have here this weekend.
And again, this one it's going to be a lot of fun. They like to play with some pace. We've seen our group is able to play with some pace at times, and it's really hard. Like at this point, you would think December's next week. We know who we are as a basketball team, but we really don't yet, do we?
No. And I don't think anybody in the country does. I think you mentioned Carey having upsets. Thomas probably of all the teams here has had the least interruptions to their season, but I think nobody really knows. Nobody really gotten a full picture because they haven't played with everybody and all that, because of on top of all the normal stuff, we've got the extra COVID precautions that everybody's taking. So I think it'll be a long haul, and there'll be some teams that won't figure it out till late January potentially.
Last thing for you, man, we got to talk about him. Brandon Reeves, very deserved, the SSAC Player of the Week this week, his first career honor. A guy that was averaging less than 10 minutes a game, who was thrust into action last week against Carver. And, yeah, the numbers are huge, 26 points, 20 rebounds, career highs and everything. But I think the thing that jumps off if you watch that game is the confidence level from him. His decisions were quick. His movement was a lot better just all the way through. How do you build off a performance like that when you're coaching a kid like that?
Yeah, just really happy for him because he's worked hard. He wants to succeed really bad. So we're just really happy for him to have some success and to see the ball go in, run down some rebounds, do some things like that are really good for him. So I think hopefully he'll be able to build on that and continue to be a driving force for us. He'll go back to the bench. We don't really demote guys for being sick or injured. He'll go back to the bench today, but hopefully it'll continue to help him.
Fantastic. That is Drew Wilson, assistant coach for the Faulkner men's basketball team. Go Eagles.
Thanks. Go Eagles.
We bring in David Turner to join us now as we take a look at the starting lineups that will be announced momentarily. David, I'll give you first. You give us the Thomas lineup. I'll give the lineup for the home team here. Number 1, a 6'3" junior forward out of Hartselle, Alabama, Trace Hill. Number 3, a 6'4" senior guard out of Montgomery, Garrett Sanderson. Number 4, a 6'3" junior guard out of Gunnersville, Alabama, C.J. Williamson. Number 10, a 6'5" junior forward from Atlanta, Georgia, Derek Donegan. And number 11, a 6'3" redshirt sophomore guard from Lynchburg, Virginia, Jordan Hamlet. So 9 players available for the Eagles today. Those are the 5 that will start. What are you seeing for Thomas?
Thomas, they're going to start with number 1, Trent Bryant. Bryant is 6'5", junior guard from Thomasville, Georgia. Number 2, Daniel Marius, 6'4", sophomore guard from Pompano Beach, Florida. Number 12, Jordan Booker. He's a 5'9" guard from Powder Springs, Georgia. Number 13, Keon Williams. He's 6'4". They play him at the guard or the forward, and he's out of Valdosta, Georgia. And finally, number 22, Trey Morrow, 6'2" guard from Atlanta, Georgia.
Those the 5 for this Thomas team. As we just finished talking to Drew Wilson about this team, 3 guys on this Thomas roster that average 14 or better. All 3 of them quick. All 3 of them can score really well. Tim Williamson not in the starting lineup. He's averaging 14.3 points a game. The two that are in the starting lineup, Jordan Booker averages 16 points a game. Trent Bryant also averages 16 points a game. And one of the things that you had circled, David Turner, on your stat sheet was that steal number for Jordan Booker.
Yeah, he's got 20 of those here on the season in 6 games played, so you figure that out. He's got them up there, pushing 5 a game for him, so great job, quick hands defensively out of him, so that's going to be an interesting matchup on whoever he lands on here tonight.
Yeah, and as Drew Wilson talked about him, Trent Bryant, 6'5" guard, very quick, and then as he pointed out, Jordan Booker, you would imagine at 5'9", 155, and averaging 16 a game, very quick as well. And he said that those guys are difficult guys to stay in front of. If there is an advantage on paper for Faulkner coming into the game, you have to look at the rebounding column where the Eagles average 43 boards a game.
Absolutely.
Thomas averages 28.8. So watch the battle on the boards. See how that plays out over the course of the ball game. Ready to tip this one off. You got the gray jerseys for Faulkner. You got the black jerseys for Thomas. C.J. Williamson heads to half court for Faulkner, and both guys whiff at it, but the control goes to Faulkner. That was Williamson against Trent Bryant, the two leading scorers for their respective ball clubs. Jordan Hamlet working around to the right, gives it to C.J. Williamson. He skips it over to Garrett Sanderson. His three won't go. Derek Donegan collects it, gets it out to Hamlet. Back over to Williamson again. Williamson, Sanderson thinks about it one more time. That one won't drop either. Donegan the board, and you're going to get a foul on Trace Hill.
No, it's going to be on Donegan.
Oh, it is on Donegan. I saw the 1, but not the 0.
He was slow to bring the empty hand.
Yeah, he brought the other hand. I tricked you. Into the front court comes number 12, Jordan Booker with the basketball. Works off the screen. He'll step back, throw it up. Shot attempt won't go, but put back good for Daniel Marius. So they were trying to throw him the alley-oop. He couldn't get it to go, but nobody had a body on him, and he put it back. 2-0 Nighthawks. Left wing Trace Hill to Garrett Sanderson. Down the baseline. Over to Williamson. Goes up with it, and a jump ball. Nice defense. Everybody in the lane defensively for Thomas that time.
Good job collapsing on Williamson as he was kind of stuck in place there, and so Thomas now has possession of the basketball.
Left wing, back up, that's Bryant, or Marius rather. Marius works it back over to Bryant. Now the attack from Booker. His shot won't drop, rebound tipped out, chased down by Jordan Hamlet. The Lindsey Wilson transfer clears it. He'll take it all the way in, left-hand layup, won't drop, tip in by C.J. Williamson. 2-2. 18:36 remaining here in the opening half. Booker across the timeline with the basketball. Now left wing, defended by Williamson.
Eagles in their typical man-to-man defense here to start this game.
Marius, 3, won't go. Donegan rebound and hit hard. Williamson came underneath him as they converged. And Derek Donegan slammed his hip, it looked like, on the floor. Once again, Jeremy Smith would have been on the IR indefinitely, but Derek Donegan is an athlete, and he's back on his feet. That was a tough fall.
That was.
Didn't even get his feet under him at all. And that results in the travel and Thomas basketball. Inbound from Booker. Thrown to Keon Williams. Sent over, left wing, jumper, good, off the hand of Trey Morrow.
Nice design on that play, out of bounds play. Bring the guard up around the entire lane, back up top off several screens. Make that defense work and shift, then you eventually find an open shot.
Sanderson pass, Hamlet, wide open 3. Knock it down, can it. Faulkner on top for the first time, 5-4, 17:50 to go here in the opening half.
Nighthawks bring the ball up. Right side, that is Marius, back up top, swings it to his left, back over to Marius. Drives inside, ball is tipped, picked back up by number 12, that is Booker, he lays it up.
5-4 is the score, and they're going to get the foul call on Derek Donegan. That's 2 on him already. So when you only got 9 guys, you don't want foul trouble. They'll get Donegan off the floor momentarily. Brandon Reeves will come in. 7:04 to play, opening half. To the line steps Jordan Booker. Booker again averages 16 points a game on the year. He's already taken 52 free throws coming into the game at a 75% clip. So he's a guy, despite his size, that gets to the rim a lot, clearly.
And a guy you want there if he's shooting at that percentage.
Rebound, Brandon Reeves. He'll get it out to Jordan Hamlet. Hamlet, front court, handoff, right wing Sanderson. Bounce pass, Reeves goes up, right hand good,
block.
And one. So Brandon Reeves, nice cut to the basket that time. They feed him, he goes over the top, gets the shot, draws the contact, back to the line. And it's early, but picking up where he seemed to have left off last week.
Good job by Brandon there, slipping that screen. He sets that screen, just cuts real quick. And nice pass right inside by Garrett Sanderson.
7-5 the score, 17-18 remaining here in the opening half. Brandon Reeves, free throw up. Misses that one, tipped alive by Sanderson. Controlled by number 13, Keon Williams. Nighthawks coming the other way with the basketball. Booker handles. Calls the set. Sends it over to Williams. Williams. Ball back into the hand of Morrow. Morrow up to Bryant. Left wing. Williams again, 11 to shoot. There's Booker. Hand in the face from Hamlet. Grabs the rebound, does Hamlet. Leads the break going the other way. Sends it left wing. C.J. Williamson won't go. Reeves board. Back to Williamson. He'll go baseline. Bounce pass. And you're going to get an offensive foul.
He stepped on the
line. Or did he step on the line? That's a better result.
Yes. Still not the one you want, but
no,
better than the offensive foul.
Better than the foul. We'll take that. Williamson. The body up down there and couldn't keep his foot in bounds. 16:39 to go. 7-5. Booker across the timeline. Throws it over to the elbow. Trace Hill defends. That is Tim Williamson in the game, number 0. First time we've seen him in. And that of number 23, Shamar Brown, his debut in this ball game. Shot bounces twice off the rim. C.J. Williamson clears it. Throws it to Trace Hill. He'll put it on the deck. Back out. Sends it over to Garrett Sanderson. Hand off Hamlet. Hamlet. Pass to Reeves. Reeves feeds Hill. And a defensive foul, rather. We'll see who they put it on.
And a nice pass inside from Brandon Reeves there as he's looking on the block. Finds a cutting Trace Hill.
Looks like they're going to put it on Trent Bryant. That's 2 on Trent Bryant. Again, one of the leading scorers for this Thomas team, averaging 16 a game. He's got 2 quick ones less than 4 minutes into the ball game.
Well, one of their leading scorers and their leading rebounder on the seasons to this point.
Trace Hill misses that free throw. That'll keep it at 7-5. Trace Hill coming off of a career-high performance last week, now averaging 15.7 points and 6.3 rebounds a game. At the free throw line on the year is hitting 75%. He makes 1 of 2 that trip. 16:03 to go in the half. 3-point lead for Faulkner. Ball works its way back over to Tim Williamson. Williamson throws it down. Kicks it up. That 3, good, off the hand of Toriano Lewis. 8 all. Hamlet pushes it, kicks it. Hill on the deck, and a foul again. That's now 3 on Thomas. Who'd they put that one on?
Daniel Marius.
So Marius
That's
picks
his
that
second.
up. Free throw up and good from Daniel Garmendia. Garmendia, a native of Merida, Venezuela, transferred here from Lee College in Texas. Makes both of them. So that was actually Garmendia's first free throw attempts of his Faulkner career. Made them both. Can't have a better start than that at the line.
No, you can't.
Blocked by Brandon Reeves. Cleared by Austin Rogers. Thrown out to Garmendia. Pushes the pace to Reeves. Little hesitation. Goes up. Can't finish. Fights for the board. Shamar Brown cleared it. You want to see Reeves just go up with a little authority right there and take that contact. Left wing, up top. There's the attack. Garmendia gets there, but never got his feet set. So if that's two, let's see. Or no, they didn't call the foul.
Went travel.
Yeah, they went travel. All right. Nice job by Garmendia. Into the front court comes Garmendia. And another whistle. Whistles aplenty. No pace here at the beginning.
No pace. And that's going to be on Marius again for number 3.
If you like basketball because it's a quick game, this is not your particular contest. That is now 7 fouls on Thomas. We're just over 6 minutes into the ball game. So that's 3 on Marius. He'll head to the bench. Garmendia free throw up and good. So you're not to the under 12 media, but you're in the bonus the rest of the half.
You'll take it. If
make your free
if you're
throws.
Faulkner, yeah, make your free throws. Free points.
Yeah. Garmendia, second free throw, good. Give him 4 points, all at the line. 15-11's the score. Into the front court now. I don't have a 24 on my sheet, so I'm going to have to figure out who that is. Looks like that's Deontay Jones is number 24. Not listed
on the rosters.
On the roster that we had, but Deontay Jones is the name. Trace Hill with the rebound, gets it to Garmendia. Garmendia says, well, if you're going to leave me open, I'll take it. He doesn't hit the shot. It goes out of bounds. Thomas coming the other way, or he corralled the rebound before it hit the deck out of bounds, so good hustle there. Tim Williamson down into the corner. That's Trey Morrow. Backdoor cut. Rogers closed and contested. C.J. Hines out and running. Finds Trace Hill. No call on the contact. C.J. Hines for 3. No good. Rebound Austin Rogers. Dribbles it off his foot. Thomas gets it and comes the other way, and that was an ugly sequence.
It was for the Eagles. Something you don't see a whole lot of out of this team is not taking advantage of some of those opportunities. Good trap on the sideline from Hines and Rogers.
15-11, 12:42 to go. Thomas forced to take the timeout out of the trap. They'll make it a full timeout. We'll take it with them, and maybe some order will be restored. Faulkner Sports Network. .42 to go opening half. 15-11 is the lead for Faulkner. Thomas basketball, 20 on the shot clock. Ball works its way over to Trey Morrow. Gives it up now to Williamson. Throws it down on the block to Brown. Turnaround won't go. Trace Hill the board. He'll run it out himself. All the way through. And a blocking foul called on Thomas. Looks like that's 22, Trey Morrow. It is.
That's his third.
No, it's his first.
Okay, first. Scoreboard again.
The scoreboard, they go number,
Yeah.
then count. So that's 1. 8, though, as a team, which is what really matters here. Again, you're not to the under 12 media timeout, and you're shooting free throws the rest of the way. And you're 2 fouls away from shooting the double bonus the rest of the way.
Which, the way this is going, that will be in 2 more trips down the floor.
Yeah, it seems to be going that way. 17-11. If you want to see a free throw shooting competition, you've come to the right place. 17-11 is your score. Into the front court comes Jones. Left wing thrown over, batted out by C.J. Williamson. They were looking for Tim Williamson on a backdoor cut. His namesake denied the basketball. Tim Williamson will inbound. Finds into the corner to Toriano Lewis. Now back over left wing. There's a bounce pass. Jumper, 3, good. Off the hand of Jordan Booker. C.J. Williamson with the ball. Into the corner to Trace Hill. Back to Williamson. Or rather Hamlet. Now there's Williamson. Into the corner. Sanderson tried to get away with it. Travel. There's the under 12 media. All right, this combobulated basketball game continues in just a moment. Faulkner Sports Network.
You don't have to spend big money for a nice car. Our prices start at $3,995. We have several lenders and in-house financing available. Visit us online at anpautomotive.com.
Seventeen 14 is the lead for Faulkner. 11:50 to go, opening half. Booker with the basketball. It was his sharp shooting a possession ago that cut it to 3. Good pass by Booker to start that rotation. And there's a 3 off the hand of Tim Williamson. Tie ball game. Jordan Hamlet into the front court, hands it off to Austin Rogers. Out to Hamlet. Rogers again, drives, puts it up, won't go, fights for the board, and he's got it. And he got up underneath Williamson, took the basketball away from him, and might have drawn the foul.
He did draw the foul, and that's just good positioning by Rogers. Being smart on that play, getting inside, continuing that box out. You can honestly get away with a good bit if you're the inside man on that box out.
That's now 2 fouls on Williamson. 9 as a team on Thomas. Once again, we've not played 9 minutes in this game yet. Rogers misses the free throw. Coming the other way, Williamson with the basketball. Sends it over left wing Booker. Booker, long pass to Jones. Back up to Williamson. Williamson has it poked loose by Trace Hill. C.J. Williamson with it, dribbles through traffic. He'll take it, have it poked free, and a foul call. And that's number 10. Double bonus now for Faulkner. They put that one on Toriano Lewis, his first. If you're Thomas, you got to be frustrated.
Yeah, you're playing defense with your hands, not your feet. You're slapping at the ball, and you're getting yourself in some poor positioning defensively on some of these plays. Where on offense, you're playing with a lot of pace and good spacing. It's not necessarily the case there on the defensive end for him right now to start this ball game.
18-17 is the lead after the C.J. Williamson free throw. Austin Rogers checks out. Derek Donegan checks in. Second one up, no good, and a lane violation. So they'll give Williamson another shot at it. And that's an unforced error by Thomas. And he'll make that one. So 19-17 is the lead. Faulkner got down there, didn't even have to get a look at the basket because of the foul situation. 10 fouls, just over 11 minutes of play. Or rather, or not even 10 minutes of play yet, I apologize. Williamson defending. There's a three from Jones, in and out, but he draws the foul, and he'll shoot three. I tell you, the lack of pace to start this one's interesting.
It is, and that's obviously not the way that Coach Sanderson and this staff here wants the game to go. They want to play with pace. They want to be able to get up and down the floor. Not been able to do that here to this point in this ball game.
Deontay Jones averaging 2.8 points per game through 5 contests, just about 11 minutes a game for him. Hard to get a read at the free throw line. He's only 1 of 3 to start the game. He's 1 of 2 on this trip. He's got 1 more to go. Another substitution as Keon Williams checks back in. They'll take Shamar Brown off. Free throw up and good. 19 all again. C.J. Williamson inbounds to Jordan Hamlet, and here we go. Back over to Williamson. He'll go in, left hand, gets it to go.
Strong take, C.J. Williamson. You can see a concerted effort by this Eagle team trying to get inside, keep those fouls piling up for this Thomas squad.
Ball thrown to Keon Williams, defended by Derek Donegan. Now into the corner to Williams. Donegan shifts over, and Williams stepped out of bounds. So the turnover, 21-19.
And a good job defensively by Donegan getting himself in position to close off that baseline and force him to have to go back up, and just couldn't get it done with the space that he had let there on the baseline.
Hamlet pulls it mid-range, good, 23-19. Somewhere Monsters, Inc. fans are really excited. Booker will bring it across the timeline. He'll be defended by Jordan Hamlet. Calls for the screen. Or just directs the set, rather.
Look at all the screens they're running these players off of on Thomas, running guys in circles around the floor, just running them off screen after screen as we got to travel up top.
Yeah, so you get all that, and the movement's good, the motion's good, but
it doesn't help if you turn the ball over like that.
And that takes what would have been a 3 off the board. So Jordan Hamlet into the front court, the Lindsey Wilson transfer. Hands it off to Trace Hill, now to Garrett Sanderson, back to Hamlet. Scott Sanderson starting to run a little bit of what his offense is. And travel going the other way. Well, it's Christmas time officially now. Let's play a game. Every time you hear a whistle, eat a piece of candy. You'll have diabetes by the end of the night, the way this thing's going. 23-19, 9:12 to go in the opening half. Again, already 14 fouls in this game, and that doesn't speak at all of turnovers, which have also been pretty ugly. The drive by Booker won't drop. Rebound, Derek Donegan has it ripped away by Williamson, who tries to chase it out of bounds, can't get it, and now it's Faulkner basketball. What a weird, frenetic sequence that was. So C.J. Williamson will tip the ball in bounds. I can tell you that the first, they're going to have a substitution here. C.J. Hines in, Trace Hill off. I can tell you the first 11 minutes of this game are not minutes of film that you want to show your team.
No, they're not. It's too choppy. there's not a lot of action that you've been able to take from this to get to this score of 23-19 to this point.
You got 9 total turnovers, 14 total fouls. You haven't even played 12 minutes. Sanderson, 3 out of the corner, won't go. And another foul. That one will be on Faulkner. They're going to put it on C.J. Hines. So that's our 15th total foul. Inbound will come to Booker. He'll bring it into the front court. Working left, throws it over into the corner. Back up top for 3, no good. Rebound C.J. Williamson. Toriano Lewis on the miss. Williamson leaves it for Hamlet. Hamlet looking for help, has it stolen. Booker shows off the speed, and Hamlet gets in front of him and fouls him. I think that was just frustration on the part of Hamlet there.
Yeah, he could have just played the ball, stopped it, and made him pick up his dribble a little bit. Trying to go for the steal and go back the other way.
23-19, 8:10 to play. Screen coming from Keon Williams. Ball lost and then regathered. There's the attack by Booker, leaves it, 3, good. Off the hand of Toriano Lewis, back down to a 1-point game.
Thomas doing a good job sucking the defense in on help and then kicking it out for open threes, and they've knocked down their share of them so far in the first half.
Williamson, 3, count it. The gunner from Gunnersville answers. 26-22 is your score. Booker sends it back up top, now right wing. Jones with it. Finds Bryant. Bryant works to the left. Skip pass over to Jones. Puts it on the deck right into Garmendia. Loses it. Booker, jumper, yes. He is as good as advertised. Daniel Garmendia catches it off the inbound. 26-24 Faulkner lead. C.J. Hines with the ball. Back over to Williamson. Williamson on the deck, through, right hand good. So he's doing what he does. He's got 14 of the 28 for the Eagles. All the way through and slap. Did he get a piece of it? I think he did.
Piece of it.
A block by C.J. Williamson. Hamlet up, right hand, no. Williamson put back dunk won't go. Brandon Reeves put back is good. 30-24. That's the kind of sequence Faulkner needed, a little energy.
Yeah, that's exactly what that staff's looking for, those kind of plays where you get the energy of the defensive block down here on one end, you run back the other, and then an easy layup off the offensive rebound for Brandon Reeves.
Williamson stays put on Bryant. Now out to Bryant for 3. Williamson closes out. Rebound underneath by Hines. He'll get it to Daniel Garmendia. Little pace into the front court. Jordan Hamlet for 3, won't go. Rebound ripped down by Keon Williams. Next stoppage will be the under 6 media timeout. Scott Sanderson looking for some kind of flow out of his team. Left wing. Garmendia on the defense. Back over to Jones up top. Now right wing Booker down to Keon Williams. Williams back up top. That's Toriano Lewis, rather. The drive, Booker. Booker just shook everybody right out of the lane. He's awfully good.
Euro step right in the lane, makes himself wide open.
That's going to put Booker now at 8, but it feels like more than that. He's been involved in virtually everything. Williamson kick. Hines, 3, no. Reeves fighting for that board. Tips it out, can't get to it. Thomas coming the other way, down 4. Booker wide open, top of the key. In and out. Hines the board. Gets it over to Garmendia. Sanderson slows his group down now. Get a little structure to what they're doing.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's looking for. A little bit of structure, a little bit of tempo here, controlling that. Things getting a little out of hand.
And again, Hamlet gets in there. I think he was looking for the call, didn't get it. Thrown over left wing, 3. Toriano Lewis won't go. Long rebound, Jones back up to Booker. Shot clock did reset to 20. I take that back. And there's the 3 from Toriano Lewis. So the second one goes just like that, back to a 1-point game. Faulkner, when they're getting offensive possessions, they're not getting stops, and vice versa.
Yeah, just discombobulated is really the best word for this start for both teams, honestly. Between turnovers and fouls, you're not getting a flow and a rhythm to this ball game, and I think both teams are trying to feel for that right now as to what it is, and it's really just for the Eagles, it's been the C.J. Williamson shows. You said 14 points, 5 rebounds for him right now, and they've got a couple other guys on the board, but nothing really outside of Williamson going down for them. And on the other side, kind of a little bit of the same mix there. Jordan Booker has 8. Toriano Lewis has 6. So those two doing the bulk of the scoring for Thomas. And for Thomas, a lot of their points are coming off open looks, off second chance opportunities, and those are really showing themselves in this first half. Rebounding numbers don't really show that off, but 22-11 advantage Faulkner, but Thomas has 3 offensive rebounds, and it just feels like each of those offensive rebounds has led to a wide-open 3.
4:18 remaining here in the opening half. 30-29 the score. And if you're Scott Sanderson, you could be up by 1 as you are, or up by 21, and you're still not going to feel good about the way the team has played to this point. You're looking for more consistency on both ends of the floor. Rogers to Garrett Sanderson. He'll drive up with it, won't go, draws the foul. So put him on the line.
But you can tell what this offense is trying to do. They're trying to get to the rim. They're trying to keep Thomas in foul trouble and get as many of those guys in foul trouble as they can here in the first half. That way they've got an advantage working for them in the second.
Trey Morrow, draws that foul. That's 2 on him. Garrett Sanderson misses the free throw. If you're Faulkner, you've been in the bonus for, an hour. So you gotta knock some more of these down. Like 77% prior to this trip to the line isn't awful, but there's free points just out there on the boards for you.
And now 10 of 15.
Yep, they miss them both. Garrett Sanderson after the Donegan rebound. Garmendia, Hill, Rogers, 3, no. Rebound coming the other way for Thomas. So Faulkner gets plenty of looks at it. Get nothing out of it. Booker kicks it. Jones throws it away. Saved on a great effort by Bryant, and Garrett Sanderson tries to do the same, and I think attacked the floor.
This Thomas offense has done a good job of making the Eagles react and then shifting the ball completely to the other side of the floor, which has gotten them plenty of open looks.
Ball thrown into Bryant. Batted away. Corralled by Jones. Shot clock violation. Didn't get it out of his hand. So the Eagles defense earns the shot clock violation. C.J. Williamson back on the floor. They'll pull Brandon Reeves off here.
Faulkner not shooting the ball well at all here in the first half, only 36%, 9 of 25.
Garmendia to Sanderson. Hill, Williamson. Back over to Garmendia. Sanderson into the corner to Austin Rogers. Puts it on the deck. Back over to Garmendia. Garmendia floats that one up, won't go. Sanderson tried to get a putback dunk or a tip in, and it just didn't work for him. And another foul. That's 2 on Toriano Lewis. So if you're Thomas, those are some numbers that are really going to start to alarm you in the second half, especially as guys start to get 3. You've already got Daniel Marius with 3, but you now have 4 different players who have 2. Garrett Sanderson makes that free throw. (31-29). Second free throw coming from Garrett Sanderson. And he makes that one. 3-point lead for Faulkner, 3:05 to play, opening half. Booker with the basketball. He'll come across the timeline. Gets the ball over now, left wing. Looking for help. There's Booker again. Thrown down to the corner. Toriano Lewis, three, good. Strong contest from C.J. Williamson on the closeout. Lewis never looked at him.
Yeah, you just got to live with that. Good contest on the shot. It falls. That's going to happen.
Rogers to Sanderson with a tie game now. Williamson down the baseline, has it blocked, fights for it on the floor, jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Eagles.
And you see that speed show up in this Thomas team and the way that they're playing defensively, the way they close out, the way they react. They've done a really good job here in this first half of making those second shots difficult that usually you get a good pass and open shot out of.
Thrown into Trace Hill, back over to Jordan Hamlet, hand off C.J. Williamson. Trace Hill out of the corner, doesn't go. Garrett Sanderson tip in good. 34-32. Faulkner needing a stop now. Looking to build some kind of momentum before halftime. Left wing, thrown down to Shamar Brown. He'll go to work against Austin Rogers and gets it to go. Shamar Brown, 6'7", 220. He's got the advantage there. Steele coming the other way. Booker's got it. Layup good. 36-34. Coming off the screen. Bounce pass over. So it'll stay with Faulkner, who is suddenly trailing. Austin Rogers back over to Hamlet. Hamlet, Sanderson. Sanderson, Hamlet, Williamson. Up, right hand, no good.
And a foul.
And a foul. It's been a while, why not?
Fouls on number 22, Trey Morrow.
So that's 3 on Morrow. Oh, they're going to change it. It was not 22 Trey Morrow. It was 23 Shamar Brown. That's 2 now on Brown instead of 3 on Morrow. Probably a better outcome. C.J. Williamson, good. Cuts it to 1. Second free throw attempt forthcoming from the Faulkner Jr. It's good. 36 all. 1:20 to go in the half. Eagles so frequently create offense off their defense. They have not done that yet tonight.
And that's a credit to Thomas, the ball movement and all that they've been able to do. Just like that right there, you catch the guy coming up for help, then you kick it over to an open teammate.
Williamson with his 6th rebound of the night. Hamlet. And a foul on the floor. There's the 3rd one on Trey Morrow. That is the 14th team foul called against Thomas. Hamlet, free throw, good. Faulkner back on top, 37-36.
Jordan Hamlet, in just 2 games played, 1 of 5 Eagles to average in double figures. He's averaging 11.
37-36, 55.3 to go in the opening half. Hamlet's second free throw attempt. Up and good. 2-point lead for Faulkner, 55.3 remaining, looking for a stop. Booker with the ball. Sends the pass over to Toriano Lewis. He's been on fire. He's got 15 points here in the opening half. Killing it from deep. Back on top go the Nighthawks, 39-38. Jordan Hamlet with the basketball. Faulkner, and again, maybe some of it's the pace with the choppiness of this. Faulkner hadn't played with the energy they normally play with here in this opening half. Maybe some of that is the number of guys that have been on the couch due to quarantine. Williamson to the left, finds it, kicks it. Hamlet thinks about it, got to get it out of his hand, and he does. No. Or are they calling the foul? They are.
Foul on Tim Williamson.
His third. So you've now got 3 Nighthawks that have 3 fouls each here in the opening half. Jordan Hamlet to the line. Free throw up and good. We'll tie it again with 11 and a half to go in the half. Second free throw forthcoming for the transfer from Lindsey Wilson. Up and good. 40-39, 11 and a half to go in the half.
You're looking for a good defensive possession, defensive stop on this end of the floor for the Eagles if you're Coach Sanderson in the half.
Booker hooks Hamlet, has it batted out, leaves it up top. That 3 goes. Shamar Brown for 3 at the buzzer to end the half, 42-40. Thomas with the momentum swing to go into the break, and Scott Sanderson has seen enough. I don't think I'd want to be in the locker room here at this half.
No, I don't either. It's going to be an interesting conversation, and it's all probably going to focus on that defensive end of the floor where they're crashing in, nobody's recovering, and they're leaving a lot of guys just wide open on shots, just like what we saw at the end of the half right there.
Well, and if you're Faulkner, like there's certain numbers you feel like you should win. They're at plus 15 from the free throw line. They're at plus 14 on the boards. But you can't give up 8 threes, and they have.
Yeah.
Like, that's what has Thomas in it. They're 8 of 14 from 3, so they're up. They've got the lead. The ball movement from Thomas has been great. 10 assists on 14 made baskets. Faulkner, 3 assists on 10 made baskets, shooting just 34% from the floor and 18% from 3. And that's it. Like, you've got to get better shots. You've got to have better ball movement.
And you don't want to say that it was their strategy from Thomas to come into the game and say, hey, let's get a bunch of fouls. But that's really knocked this Faulkner team out of their rhythm and the things that they like to do and taken the pace for them completely out of this ball game in the first half.
42-40, Thomas leads. We're back in about 13 minutes, Faulkner Sports Network.
Coronavirus. The NCAA canceled its men's and women's basketball tournaments. The NAIA also called off winter championship events.
Games and championships are being wiped off the calendar. A heightened awareness of the coronavirus abruptly ending championship dreams.
Some years you hope just to go to the national tournament, and then some years you feel like you have a team that's good enough to win it. And this year we felt like we had the pieces that were good enough to actually win a national championship.
Special crew, it'll always be a special crew, but it'll always be a what-if crew, too. It'll always be, what if we got to play in Kansas City? What if we got to go to the national tournament? There'll always be a little bit of that, in the back of your mind.
The first thing is that, God is still God, and he's on his throne. So, if you keep that in mind at all times, the rest of it, you can kind of be flexible and adjust to. Certainly the biggest challenge is we've missed being around our players.
Last time I wrecked it, last time I whipped around, last time I did the whippets, last time I lived reverse, poured a brown, hit the reverend, last time I hit your crib, last time it went no tennis. I done went back in myself, felt like I risked it, pace yourself. How you living, know you thrilling off a sinning. How I got my stripes and pendants backing out in the street. Boy, this wild, let it be, rages out, gotta eat. Not a vibe, but away with the sound, by the way, kinda down by the days to myself, know they look it with the moves, I'm juking off the juice, no I'm juking, I be smooth and I lose it, hit a red and blue outside, I think our options up. I reversed it, ran the map, I had to line it up. I be swerving on the waves, it's like a line of us. Moving verse on my turf, I'm out of line. I put in work, I draw the line and cross it first. I need the time, I need the search, it's just like one and make it work. Skirt, skirt, in a verse, skirt, skirt, run a land, Boeing jet, make it land. It's slow motion when I dance. In your eyes, I see your trance, I run away and then you prance. If I show the hideaway, will you hide out and let it blam? Ain't no time of fixing scams, I know.
Did you know that 100% of Faulkner's computer science graduates
since 2014 have found jobs
in their fields within 6 months of graduating?
It's a great time to be a computer scientist. Everyone is walking around with a computer in their pocket in the form of a smartphone, and it takes software developers to make those things work.
I built church websites, and through the training and instruction that I received from Faulkner, I was able to go right into my career after graduation.
It laid a solid foundation for what you need to know.
I'm getting a lot of hands-on experience within my field, and also they're just giving me a wide variety of options of things that I might want to pursue in the future.
In the state of Alabama alone, there are over 4,000 tech-related jobs available. And the preparation that you receive at Faulkner University will allow you to go to work almost anywhere as a software developer. It's a great time to be a Faulkner Eagle, and it's a great time to be a computer scientist. I hope you'll come and join us.
A&P Automotive is family owned and in the same location since 1985. We strive to be your one-stop shop for all your auto needs. You don't have to spend big money for a nice car. Our prices start at $3,995. We have several lenders and in-house financing available. Visit us online at anpautomotive.com.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh. I was broken from a young age, taking my soak into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the. Hey, you made me a believer, believer.
Connections matter now more than ever. At Guardian Credit Union, we live to make connections, to provide hope, to strengthen our communities, to create stronger financial future. These connections happen in our credit union, in serving our communities, and even in the small moments of sharing a bench with a neighbor. Connect to your goals. Connect to your community. Connect with Guardian.
I don't know if there's anything I like better than good barbecue. Full Moon has the best barbecue and best smoked wings in town, and those onion rings are out of this world. Go by after the game and use your ticket for a buy one get one free barbecue sandwich. Say hi to Chris in person at 7660 East Chase Parkway or give him a call at 334-676-5999. I don't know if there's anything I like better than.
Hi, I'm Hannah Sager. As a 3-time NAIA All-American golfer, I've been lucky enough to play some of the best courses around. I can hardly think of any that are more challenging or more enjoyable than the 3 courses at Robert Trent Jones Capitol Hill in Prattville. Whether you're looking for a nice afternoon of golf with friends or you want to put your game to the test on the judge, RTJ Capitol Hill is great for every golfer. From the fairways to the greens to that majestic first tee box of the judge that overlooks the Alabama River with downtown Montgomery as the backdrop, RTJ Capitol Hill is what golf is all about. Being outside, enjoying the scenery, growing friendships, challenging yourself. Right now, you can save big on greens fees with the RTJ Trail Card. Purchase yours at rtjgolf.com/trail card or by going to the Pro Shop. Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail at Capitol Hill. There's always something to look forward to on the next hole.
My name is Mikey Peavy. I'm the 3rd generation here at A&P Auto. Looking for a good used pickup truck? We got them. A good used car? We got them. A good SUV? We got them. Come see us at A&P Automotive today.
Back here live, Tyne Davis Gymnasium. 42-40, Thomas leads as we start the second half. Jeremy Smith alongside David Turner. This third game, day one, battle at the beach. And a foul to start the half because why not?
Yeah. What better way to start the second half than the way the first half went?
Yeah, and listen, that was the theme of the first half. Thomas had 15 total foul calls in the first half. They've already got one 12 seconds into the second half. Trace Hill, left wing. Garrett Sanderson, three. No. Derek Donegan, the board. Fights it back up. Good. Ties the ball game. David, there's a big number that you circled right at the beginning of the halftime stats when they brought them to us. That really kind of tells the difference in this game.
It does, and it was points off the bench. 25-8 Thomas's way. And you just saw it as guys coming off the bench. As that mid-range jumper is dropped there by number 2, that is
Daniel Marius.
But these guys off Thomas's bench, they come in the game looking to shoot and looking to take those shots, and they knocked it down over 50% from 3 in the first half, as we mentioned.
Hill, Sanderson, three again. No. He is just not able to find it tonight. Donegan with another board. Out to Williamson. And that's going to be where Faulkner's going to have to do their work. They are the better rebounding team coming in. They got to quit settling for these jumpers.
Yeah.
Attack the basket and do something with the basketball when you get it.
Great.
As is, there's a cheap foul.
And a great pass. Trace Hill turns his back, loses who he's defending, getting back defensively, and great pass over his head. And then you add the insult with the foul on the end.
46-42 is now your score. Faulkner is shooting 2 of 14 from 3. They keep taking them. (46-42), 18:39 to go here in the second half. To the line goes Trent Bryant, one of the leading scorers on this Thomas team. Picked up fouls early. Relegated him to the bench for much of the first half, and now he's got Thomas up by 5. Largest lead for the Nighthawks on the night. And C.J. Williamson was out of bounds when he caught the basketball. Unforced error for Faulkner. Turnover numbers starting to pile up.
I believe number 8 here on the evening for the Eagles.
Booker into the front court. Throws it down on the block. Now kick out. That's Bryant. He'll be called for the travel. (47-42) is your score. C.J. Williamson to Derek Donegan. Back over to Trace Hill. Sanderson. There's Hamlet. Williamson on target. Knocks it down. The gunner from Gunnersville's got 19. Cuts it to 2, 47-45.
His second from downtown. He's now 2 of 3.
Donegan, good contest on there. It still gets it to go. That's just really good work by Shamar Brown. Donegan did all he could do. Hamlet into the front court, off the screen from Donegan. 3, no. Long rebound, and you hear Scott Sanderson say why as soon as the shot goes up in the air. 49-45.
And that's a good question to ask, because that's not anywhere near being within the flow of the offense and the rhythm of the game right now.
Up top. Back over to the left to Booker. Booker. Quick as he can be, and Hamlet figured it out on that play. 51-45, largest lead of the game for Thomas. It equals the largest lead of the game for either team. Faulkner's got to find some rhythm pretty quick. That one misses. Rebound Garrett Sanderson, and he's fouled. They got their pick. I think they're going to go Marius.
They're going to go jump ball.
Oh, they went jump ball. Okay. All right then.
It'll stay Faulkner basketball.
Brandon Reeves in, Derek Donegan out. Throws it in. Reeves puts it up, gets his own board. 6 and 4 on the night for Brandon Reeves in limited minutes. Booker's got to check himself out. He'll head to the training table. Maybe a contact. It appears that that's what he's holding. Yeah, contact situation for Booker. Or no, he's bleeding.
Blood situation.
He is bleeding. So into the game is Jones. He'll handle point guard duties at the moment. 4-point deficit for Faulkner. They need stops and shots. No rhythm of any kind for the Eagles for most of this one. Shamar Brown goes to work against Trace Hill, and a foul. They're going to call it on Hill. That's 3. I guess they got Hill for reaching across. Didn't look like there was a lot there, but.
Unless it got him on the arm and as he was going across. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, because Shamar Brown bodied him up pretty aggressively there. I don't know what else Hill really could have done other than just keep his arms straight up. 52-47 is your score. Next free throw from Shamar Brown. He's having a good night, and Thomas has found a mismatch with him. Williamson, Hamlet, corner, throws it away. Tipped out of bounds by Toriano Lewis, they'll say. So leave it with Faulkner. 5-point deficit for the Eagles. Faulkner led by 1 until a buzzer-beating 3 at the end of the half put Thomas up, and they have led since. There's Hamlet. Brings it around the face of the goal. There's Williamson. He'll take his man all the way around. Left hand won't drop. Rebound fought for underneath. Toriano Lewis has it. Going the other way. Into the corner. Throws it up top to Shamar Brown, defended by Brandon Reeves. Reeves stays there. Nothing he can do. And they can do that all night long.
Yeah. Like I said, there's just nothing he could do. I mean, he had his arms up, contested the shot. It just went in.
There it is to Garrett Sanderson. He'll split his defenders, kick it. Reeves, 3. Count it from Brandon Reeves. He's got 9. That'll cut it to 4. Faulkner's got to get a stop. It's the other end of the floor. They're having problems. They may have to deny Shamar Brown the basketball, and he fights for position again down there against Reeves.
Calling for the basketball.
Man, he's feeling it now. Put him in double figures with 11. That'll put it back to 6. And we've seen this Faulkner team, again, create offense off of their defense when they're good. And they haven't done that yet tonight, largely because they can't get stops. There's Jordan Hamlet with a 3. So Faulkner may be starting to wake up a little bit, cuts it to 3, and a timeout by Scott Sanderson. David, as you look at the makeup of this roster, Shamar Brown is an obvious mismatch. What's the answer? Do you help off on him? Because the way that Thomas has been shooting, who do you help off of?
Right now he's trying to get his spot right there on that left block, and he's trying to set up there. Every time down the floor, you've got to push him off his spot. You've got to push him out, make him extend. I know he hit a little mid-range jumper right there, but he was just down on the block, saw Reeves suck back in defensively. He moved back out 2 steps and called for the basketball and got it. But he's trying to get the ball right there within that left block just about every time down the floor. And if you're the Eagles' defense, you've got to push him off his spot. You've got to make him really work to get there and make him fight.
56-53 is the score. Thomas with the ball. Tim Williamson running point guard duties right now at 6'4". Toriano Lewis, left wing. Back over, hands it off. Down to Shamar Brown. He'll go to work, and a foul call.
They cross him over to the right block that time.
And the big thing about this for Faulkner is it's a time when Booker's off the floor, and you really want to be able to close that gap.
Yeah.
But the Shamar Brown mismatch has really created a problem. And as you noted, the strategy has to be to deny him the basketball one way or another, but he's bigger and stronger than everybody on the floor for the Eagles.
You may have to start fronting him in the post, make that passing angle a lot more difficult, but then you, like you talked about, you run the risk if you got to help.
You got to help backside, yeah.
And that may free up a shooter.
Well, and it's pick your poison at this point. Do you help? Do you free a shooter up and give up a lower percentage shot? But again, it's the Shamar Brown mismatch has been the tale of the last several minutes here in the second half. 56-53 is the score. Thomas with the lead. They've led the entirety of the second half. Shamar Brown steps to the line. He's in double figures, and he'll miss the first one. Second free throw forthcoming for Shamar Brown. Again, Brown listed at 6'7", 220 from Memphis, Tennessee, and he hits the second one, 4-point lead. Ball inbounded to Jordan Hamlet. Hamlet calls the set. Back over to C.J. Williamson, now Trace Hill. There's Brandon Reeves. He'll pull it. Off target. Long rebound. Corralled. Now they throw down the floor to Brown. Brandon Reeves gets there. And a contest from Reeves. And a whistle. Whoa. What did Reeves do on that one?
I don't know, unless he called him when he was coming up. But both arms were up from Reeves.
Both arms were straight up in the air, and I didn't see any contact from the body. I don't know. I don't know. Starting to even the foul calls out a little bit.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it feels like.
I was about to say that's now 4 fouls here in the second half for the Eagles, so they're beginning to get in that danger zone for the half.
Williamson, Hamlet, 3, no good. Rebound Hamlet, backs it back out, attacks, kicks. Rogers thought about it, escape dribble, 3, no. Faulkner's got to attack the basket more. They're not even trying that. Williamson tips it alive, steals it, throws it to Rogers. Rogers will push it up the floor, finds C.J. Williamson. He'll attack it, gives it to Sanderson, back up with it, won't go, out of bounds, stays with Faulkner. Sanderson gets it into Hill, back up to Hamlet, hands it off to Williamson. There's Hill again, and they'll call him for the walk, or they'll say he stepped out of bounds. Not getting any prettier for Faulkner.
No, it is not.
C.J. Hines will check in momentarily as Scott Sanderson tries to find something. And there's Shamar Brown.
It's a good quick pass inside. Brown does the smart thing, just going right up with it with a good on-target pass.
Williamson can't get it to go, but a foul. They're going to get it on Shamar Brown. That's 3 on Shamar Brown, I believe. Is it not?
He should be.
Look, and that's got to be your strategy. You take it right at him.
And I think that's what Coach Sanderson has been saying. You know, why are we settling for these shots when we know we've got so many of these guys in foul trouble? Let's push that envelope and see what happens.
Well, and if you are in the situation Thomas is in, where you have so many guys in foul trouble, you want the other team to take jumpers.
Oh, yeah.
And Faulkner is obliging them in that right now. So that they're going to have to be like Williamson. Put your foot in the ground and get downhill and see what happens.
And you might even lay off of those outside shooters and protect the paint and go for the rebound.
Thrown away. Williamson tried to save it, couldn't. 60-55, 20 seconds on the shot clock, 13:21 on the game clock. Ball thrown in, Shamar Brown. He finds his man. That's Williamson, defended by Williamson. Back over to Brown. Offense.
Nope, block.
Block on Austin Rogers. Basically, if Shamar Brown touches the basketball on the offensive end and Faulkner defends him, it is a foul. That's the rule. It's over.
Well, right now he's got such a strength advantage.
He does. He absolutely does. And as Scott Sanderson is asking, like, what can we do? And I think what the frustrating one was the Brandon Reeves foul in transition because it was kind of a phantom foul.
Yeah, it was.
Like, the others have been good fouls. But at this point, like, Faulkner has done everything except throw cotton balls at the man. Like, it's a frustrating thing for the Eagles. They don't have an answer. And credit Thomas. They're going to keep going back to him over and over, as they should. And there's another whistle.
C.J. Williamson hit with that foul.
Well, we've had so many whistles, I'm going to vote this officiating crew on my all-tournament team come Sunday. Nobody controlled the game better. Shamar Brown up against Rogers. That shot won't go. Rebound Williamson. Bounces it back out to Booker. Booker defended by Hamlet. Works left. Poke free. Regathers into the corner. That, I think, is Bryant. And it's a three. Nope, that's Marius. Back to an 8-point lead now, largest of the game. Sanderson kicks it. Hamlet, he'll drive. Kick it. Hines has it poked free. Booker going the other way. Throws it behind him. Williamson picks it up. 10-point lead. Getting no better for Faulkner. Williamson in. A lot of contact, no call. Rogers gathers. Kicks it out. Sanderson looking for help. Goes in with it. Up. Right hand good. Cuts it to 8, but they got to get a stop, and they've had no answer on the other end.
That end of the floor has been a real problem for the Eagles here tonight.
Booker throws it up. Marius regathers back out to Booker, 10 to shoot. They'll chase Williamson off his spot and a travel. Daniel Garmendia will check in. It's the under 12 media timeout. It is as flat of a performance from Faulkner as we've seen in quite some time. They trail by 8 with 11:47 to go. We'll pause. Faulkner Sports Network.
I don't know if there's anything I like better than good barbecue. Full Moon has the best barbecue and best smoked wings in town, and those onion rings are out of this world. Go by after the game and use your ticket for a buy one, get one free barbecue sandwich. Say hi to Chris in person at 7660 East Chase Parkway or give him a call at 334-676-5999.
$11:47 to go in the game. 65-57, Thomas leads. Daniel Garmendia with the basketball. Back over to Austin Rogers. He'll split, go in, left-hand layup, good. Cuts it to 6. Faulkner's got to get a stop. Williamson, defended by Williamson.
Thomas now content, run a little clock. Get the shot, the look that they want.
Left wing, throws it down to Brown. Poked free by Rogers, stolen by Rogers. Back to C.J. Williamson.
And Rogers right there did what they've been trying to do, push him off his spot a little bit, make it difficult on him getting his position.
C.J. Williamson attacks the basket and draws the foul as he's passing it out. They put that one on, I think, Toriano Lewis. Yes, and that is his third. Daniel Garmendia with the ball. Back over to Williamson. He'll split two defenders, get in, left hand good. And listen, you got to go with your ace when nothing else is working. And there's no doubt C.J. Williamson is the ace. There's an attack. Floats it up, won't go. Tipped out. Williamson's got it, throws it away. And a defensive foul, Austin Rogers. That will be his second if it is indeed on him. Or did they just say he throw it away? Okay, good. That's better news. C.J. Hines will handle towel duty. Look, you take a look at that last sequence where C.J. Williamson got downhill, got to the rim, drew the foul on the kick out, then came back off the inbound and did it again and got the layup. Didn't draw the foul, but went hard into contact and got the layup. He's got 23. And there's not a lot of guys in this league that can go get you points anytime you need them, and that's your guy, and he does it by getting to the rim.
Yeah.
This is that kind of game.
Yeah, take advantage of that. When you don't have your other stuff going, you stick with a fastball. And that's what we're seeing right here the last several possessions for the Eagles.
Yeah, you put the ball in that guy's hand, you let him go do something with it, and a foul. Daniel Garmendia.
And Booker,
two on him.
Booker got bailed out on that one. Garmendia knocks the ball free, but gets hit with a foul.
Scott Sanderson pretty close to livid right now. And this really does feel like a lot of evening up from the first half. Booker free throw good. And, of course, you go back to that's the situation that Thomas was in the first half. They had Faulkner in the bonus all the way through, and Faulkner did not cash in on that.
No, they didn't capitalize. And now you look at here in the ball game, Thomas is shooting 55% on the night, and Faulkner is shooting 37%.
Yeah, you can't win games that way. 67-61 into the front court. Jordan Hamlet hands it off. C.J. Williamson spins, basket, goes, kicks. Sanderson, three. Online but won't drop. Tipped out. Hamlet runs it down. Looking for help. And a foul.
There's a foul in there somewhere.
And a tech. Or did he call a timeout? I saw the T signal. Let's figure out the call. All right.
The foul is put on Marius.
Marius draws the foul.
And that's his fourth. Double technical.
All right. They gotta sort this out.
I think he's calling a double tech.
If he called the tech on Marius, that's 5. So Marius gets a personal and a tech, and he's done. And then they put a foul on Jordan Hamlet with the double tech. All right, so let's sort this out. There's a personal foul called on number 2, Daniel Marius. That's his 4th foul. Hamlet and Marius mix it up and get a double tech. Marius gets his 5th foul on the tech. Hamlet his 2nd foul on the tech. And there we are. So Marius's day is over. Hand off C.J. Williamson. Garrett Sanderson, 3. Knocks that one down. 67-64, 10 minutes to play. Faulkner, see if they can find some energy for a stop. Ball back over to the right. Now back to Booker on the left wing. Back up top. That's Toriano Lewis. That one won't drop. Austin Rogers clears the rebound. Gets it ahead to Jordan Hamlet. Hamlet, Sanderson, 3. No, but a foul call. And they're going to get Toriano Lewis. Did he get him shooting the 3? I think that's 4 now on Lewis.
I think he did. If it is, that is his.
He did.
His 4th foul.
So that's 4 fouls on Toriano Lewis. Garrett Sanderson to the line, shooting 3.
And somehow the Eagles, if Sanderson can make all 3 of these, has found their way right back to a tie ball game.
Somehow. There, it's a one-possession game at the moment. Second free throw coming from Sanderson. Good. 1-point game now.
Sanderson in double figures at this point in the ball game.
The third free throw attempt coming from the senior. Good. So he makes all 3, tie game, 67 all, 9:32 to play. Into the front court now comes Jones. Face up with Garrett Sanderson. He'll work to his left. Bounce pass over to Booker. Look at the quickness from Booker. He loses the ball. Picked clean by Hamlet and a foul call.
Hamlet's going to get hit with the foul. Sends Booker back to the free throw line.
That's been the 2 mismatches of Shamar Brown in the post and Jordan Booker on up top. Faulkner has had no answers for either one of them. And every time they've tried to find an answer, there's been a foul.
Yeah, and Toriano Lewis has 15 points, all of them coming from beyond the arc.
Right. Booker to the line, looking to put his team back on top, makes it. 68-67 is your score. One more coming from Booker. No good. Rebound Austin Rogers. Gets it out to Jordan Hamlet. Hamlet looking for help. Finds Garrett Sanderson. Off screen from Rogers. Off balance jumper from the elbow. Goes.
Tough shot.
Sanderson waking up a little bit. Booker throws it ahead. Williamson the steal. He'll push the break the other way. Goes right around Jones. Kicks it out to Sanderson. Escape dribble. Bounce pass Hamlet. Looking for help. Back to C.J. Williamson. Crossover. Back up. Sanderson again. 18 to shoot. Sanderson kicks. Williamson on the deck. And a foul. That on Tim Williamson. His 4th.
And that'll put Williamson at the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
C.J. Williamson created a lot of that in that exchange, all starting with the steal at the other end.
I think he baited the offensive player into making that pass because you saw him as soon as he started to make that pass, he really turned on the jets and got back to make that steal.
C.J. Williamson. $70-68 your score. Second one forthcoming. And he gets it to go. 71-68. I believe he's got 25 now.
He does.
Across the timeline goes Booker, and he'll call timeout. And all of a sudden, Faulkner has gotten off the deck, but they're far from putting this one away.
Far from it, but they're playing with a little bit of energy. They're playing with a little bit of effort defensively. And that's really where everything gets started for this team. And Coach Sanderson, the way he likes to play, let's get after it defensively. Let's get in transition and make those easy buckets. And we're beginning to see just a little bit of that right now for Faulkner.
71-68. And the situation to monitor, though, again, we alluded to it first half. It's the foul situation. For Faulkner, Trace Hill has 3. C.J. Williamson, Jordan Hamlet, Daniel Garmendia, and Brandon Reeves 2 each. Now you go to Thomas. Daniel Marius has fouled out. Tim Williamson has 4. Toriano Lewis has 4. Trey Morrow has 3, and Shamar Brown has 3. That's what you're watching now. And if you're Faulkner, it's keep getting downhill because even the jumpers they're making are being created off of the drive.
Yeah, that's the way this offense really works. You make those threes and those mid-range shots easier by getting into the lane, drawing the defenders, and kicking the ball out. And when you're playing well, playing that style, it's a fun, entertaining brand of basketball to watch.
71-68 is the score. Booker takes the inbound. Working to his right. He'll attack, back out, look for help. Bounce pass. Now back over. That's Trey Morrow with it. Gets it back to Jones. His floater won't go. And an offensive foul. I believe they got Jones. That's his first. So that's somebody that, a rare somebody who hasn't had a foul in this game.
The stoppage will bring Shamar Moore back in for Thomas. Or Shamar Brown, rather.
Oh, yeah. Shamar Moore, good actor. Shamar Brown, good basketball player.
I don't know where I pulled Moore out.
That's fair. Williamson will throw it into Hamlet in a moment. 8:22 to play, 3-point lead for Faulkner. Hamlet to Sanderson. Sanderson off screen from Rogers. 3, no. Tipped alive, fought for by Williamson. Cleared by Bryant. Off and running is Booker. Behind, blocked by Rogers maybe. And then a putback by somebody, I couldn't tell. 71-70 is your score. Hamlet in the front court with it. He'll drive up, left hand won't go, and a foul.
Foul's going to be on Trent Bryant.
That would be 3 on him if it is, and it is. (71-70) your score. 7:52 to play. Jordan Hamlet to the line. His home debut for the Eagles. Free throw up and good from Jordan Hamlet. Give him 13 points in the ball game. Hamlet, a native of Lynchburg, Virginia. And he makes that one. 14 points. Lead is 3. Jones with the ball. Hands it off to Booker. Booker, defended by Hamlet. Looking for help. Throws it up to Brown. Brown loses it out of bounds. Faulkner ball. And it looked like, whether they meant to or not, they brought help that time.
Well, Rogers doing a great job just bodying Brown up, making him just really have to work to get that position. And he's done a great job the last several times he's been on him down on that low block.
Hamlet to Williamson. He'll try to turn the corner. He'll get there. Left hand won't go. Fought for the rebound. Got his own. Put back no. Still fighting. Punched out of bounds. Should be Faulkner ball. And it is. Williamson fought and fought and fought down there. That won't show up in a stat sheet, but he kept that thing alive.
Yeah.
Sanderson out of the corner, and he's out of bounds. Had his foot on the black over there. That's one thing about that black sideline. It's pretty, but it's easy to see when somebody steps out of bounds.
Yeah. I think it's the blue line that's giving them the most trouble. They're touching that blue line, and that's really the start of the out-of-bounds line.
Right.
So you're out of bounds and you don't quite feel like you're there. You see that black line and you think that's the line you're going to.
The drive, layup won't go. Rebound, C.J. Williamson coming the other way. Gets it to Jordan Hamlet. 3-point lead and the ball. Booker picks him clean. Booker jumps over Sanderson, throws it ahead. Williamson meets him at the rim. Look at the D from C.J. Williamson. Hines kicks it. Hamlet thinks about it. Back to C.J. Williamson. Rotates it over to Sanderson. Puts it on the deck. Gets it to Rogers. He'll fight it up, won't drop. Put back Hines, and an offensive foul. (73-70).
And I thought on the other end, on that contest by C.J. Williamson on the dunk attempt, that was a good no call by the referees there.
Yeah. (73-70) is your score. It's been this way for a while now. The choppiness of this game continues. Total foul calls now.
Let's not talk about that.
At 39. That one goes in for Booker. Cuts it to 2.
So you're saying we're nearly averaging a foul a minute.
Yeah.
Of time played for a total game. And we still
Oh,
have
yeah.
6
Well,
minutes and 40 seconds.
We're ahead of that.
Yes.
We're ahead of the foul a minute
well
average.
ahead of that.
Booker.
I think had that cut open back up on his eye.
Yeah.
Or around his eye.
They're calling for the trainer here. I think they'll pull Booker off and have the other free throw shot by Jones. Free throw from Jones. Good. Cuts it to 1. Into Jordan Hamlet now. He'll bring it into the front court. Gets it to Williamson. Left wing, Hines back to Hamlet. Screen from Rogers. Hamlet spins toward the basket. A lot of contact and one. The foul on number 1, that's Bryant. That's 4 on him.
And Trent Bryant, one of the leading scorers of this team, never really been able to get going here tonight. 3 points now, 3 or 4 fouls.
Hamlet up and good. Ball thrown into Jones. He'll send it over. Now right wing. Thrown down. Brown up top to Jones. Looks for help. Finds Williamson. Or Bryant, rather. Won't go. CJ or Jordan Hamlet with the rebound. Hamlet into the front court. Sends it over to Garrett Sanderson. Finds CJ Williamson. He'll go on the attack. Up. Passes
Great
it to
pass.
Hines. Look at the pass from CJ Williamson. That's 2 assists for him now.
Great pass, but great, smart cut by C.J. Hines. Seeing the help coming and then going right to the basketball.
Hines pokes that out. They're going to get Booker back in the game. But there's the under 6 media timeout. 78-72, 5:36 to go in this one. Faulkner Sports Network.
Connections matter now more than ever. At Guardian Credit Union, we live to make connections, to provide hope, to strengthen our communities, to create stronger financial future. These connections happen in our credit union, in serving our communities, and even in the small moments of sharing a bench with a neighbor. Connect to your goals. Connect to your community. Connect with Guardian.
78-72 your score, 5:36 to play. Faulkner has crawled up off the deck somehow. Booker with the basketball. He'll attack, float it up, won't go. Rebound C.J. Hines. He'll bring it into the front court momentarily. No, now he'll send it to Hamlet. Hamlet across the timeline. He looks to attack, kicks it over. Hines for three. No. Rebound fought for, cleared by Shamar Brown. Poked free and stolen by C.J. Williamson. Back up, left hand, good. C.J. Williamson never gave up on the play. Stole the ball, fought it up. He's got 27. This is the C.J. Williamson game if Faulkner can win it. Because David Turner, we talked about it during the break, he has sparked every bit of the turnaround.
He really has, from offensively and defensively. He's even turned up the intensity on that side. And I think defensively between Williamson and Rogers, they've really allowed this team to get some of those turnovers and easy buckets here coming on the offensive end.
C.J. Hines called for a foul. That's his third. Free throw up and good by Tim Williamson. Hines comes out. Trace Hill checks in.
6 points now for Tim Williamson.
Hill, Hamlet, Rogers, Williamson, and Sanderson. The 5 for Faulkner. Humid night. Our floor crew stayed really busy tonight. 80-73 is your score. Free throw, good. That'll cut it to 6 again. Williamson gets it into Hamlet. Hamlet across the timeline into the front court. Works around a screen, leaves it for Rogers, who can't catch it. Hill collects, kicks. Hamlet, 3. Count it for Jordan Hamlet. 83-74, largest lead of the day for Faulkner. Williamson face up with Hill. Left and a travel.
Thomas now appears like they're trying to push just a little bit.
83-74 is your score. C.J. Williamson inbounds it to Jordan Hamlet, who is either tying his shoes or pumping up his Reeboks. I'm not sure which. Hamlet into the front court. Hands it off. There's Hill. Back over left wing Williamson. Sanderson back to Rogers. Hamlet. Hill working to the left, leaves it for Williamson, splits the defender at the rim, lays it in, 29 for C.J. Williamson.
I don't know how Williamson maintained his balance on that. Stepped on somebody's foot or slipped. You saw one of his legs coming out from underneath him, and he still manages to keep his composure and lay the ball up.
That ball tipped free, saved. Toriano Lewis sends it into the corner. Brown will pull the 3 and on target. Big man's had a good night.
He really has.
That's going to be now 19 for Shamar Brown. 8-point lead for Faulkner, 3:22 to play. Hamlet into the front court. And a timeout taken. Or no.
10-second backcourt.
They took too long to walk it across the court. Wow.
Don't see that one very often.
No.
And I think Hamlet was looking at the score at the shot clock, and something was off on that.
Wow. Well, and they never reset the shot clock to 30 at this possession. There's a foul on the floor. That's 3 on Austin Rogers. The whistle will blow to the cold, bitter end of this one. We're coming up on 50 foul calls in the game. Sitting at 42 right now. Oof. I think that was 43. .43 fouls total in the game. Booker steps back to the line. Free throw good. 85-78 your score. I think my 8-year-old son, who absolutely loves basketball, has decided that this game isn't interesting to him because of the lack of pace. If you're still with us, that means you're a big fan of one of these two schools, and we thank you. Free throw up and good. 85-79 is your score. Let's see if they can get it across the timeline now. And they do. Hamlet to Williamson. Back over to Rogers. Gets it to Hill. Sanderson. Williamson again. 3 minutes to play. 6-point lead. Hill attacks up. Fights it in. That's an element Trace Hill has added to his game over the last 2 years that's really made him a more dynamic player.
It has, and that's a strong take from Hill, going through 2 defenders to get the ball up and in on that layup.
Brown blocked by Williamson. They're going to put a foul on somebody, though. They put it on Rogers. That's 4. Austin Rogers with 4. The Alabama State transfer. Got towels and mops and.
I think it would just be better if they stopped sweating.
Yeah, it's an unusually warm night in the gym. I don't know if somebody turned the air off or what, but this is unusual.
It does feel better since that rain, but it's still muggy in here.
Yeah. 87-79 your score. Shamar Brown looking to reach the 20-point plateau on this free throw attempt. His teammates apparently have faith in him. None of them are standing on the line or on the block to rebound. He was 8 of 10 coming into the game, and he misses that one. Second free throw coming from Shamar Brown. Big night for the big man. Misses that one. Rebound Austin Rogers. Outlet to Hamlet.
Imagine we'll see a little clock trying to be taken off by the Eagles here. Is that ball
Booker
stolen?
steals it. Rogers gets him for his 5th foul, and Rogers is out. I think. Or was that? Yeah, that
was Rogers.
That was 4, not his 5th. That was his 4th.
Not a good pass to begin with to C.J. Williamson, and it went downhill from there.
Yeah, a little bit of a lazy sequence for Faulkner, and they can't afford to get lazy.
No, they don't. They don't have the kind of lead that you can do that right now.
Yeah.
You've got to value each of your possessions offensively, run some clock, and make Thomas really have to work defensively and make them at the end of the sequence, if everything comes to the way you want it, make them foul you.
87-79. Booker will shoot free throws in a moment. You talk about people who've had a big night. He's got 18 points and 9 assists. There are 4 Nighthawks in double figures. Shamar Brown, 19 points. Booker, 18. Toriano Lewis, 15. Daniel Marius with 10. On the Faulkner side, C.J. Williamson, 29 points. Jordan Hamlet, 20 points. Those the big numbers for Faulkner. Garrett Sanderson's also got 14. 87-80 is your score. Next free throw from Booker. Good. 87-81, Booker's at 20. Faulkner coming back the other way. See if they can find anything in this offensive possession. C.J. Williamson with it. Over to Hill. Attacks. Spins. Puts it up. No good. Williamson tip in. No. Put back. No. Fights for the rebound. Shamar Brown takes it away. Williamson forces the issue. And Booker loses it. They'll say he threw it off Williamson. so it goes to Thomas.
That sequence should give C.J. Williamson the double-double with.
I think he get 2 boards right there,
Yeah.
so he should have 11 now. He wanted the bucket, though.
Yeah.
All right, they got 5 seconds to get it across the timeline. No problem there. Tim Williamson runs it up, gets it to Booker. Booker to Toriano Lewis. Lewis gets it back over. Drives, kicks. Toriano Lewis for 3. No good. Long rebound out of bounds. Faulkner basketball. 2 Nighthawks collided with each other. And a chair.
And I think the chair lost.
The chair's done. We need a new chair. Tell our athletic director Hal Wynn. That one went down. And Toriano Lewis is noticeably limping. He took the worst part of that.
When you run into a chair, that tends to happen.
That's tough. Great effort on Lewis there. Lewis's part that time. He's not even thinking about coming out of this one. Look, no matter how this game ends up, I think Thomas has been a whole lot grittier and a whole lot tougher than anybody expected coming in. The two wins they got coming in to this one have clearly given this team some confidence.
They have.
As Hamlet floats that one in. 89-81's your score. Booker into the front court. Works right. Up. Won't go. Rebound Rogers. Gets it to Hamlet. He's got to throw it ahead, and he does to Trace Hill. Hill to Williamson. Layup good. 31 points. That marks, or ties rather, the battle at the beach high, which came last year by LSU ace Chris Vickers. He had 31 in the tournament a year ago in a single game, and now C.J. Williamson with 31. 91-81, 10-point lead, 50 seconds to go, and you're finally in a position where you feel a little better if you're Faulkner.
Yeah, you do. 10-point lead, 50 seconds, so you're trying to basically play keep away at this point on the offensive end. Run as much clock as you can. Defensively, you know they're going to be looking to score quick, whether it's by a 3 or a 2, so you don't want to give up those easy looks that happen quickly, allow them to set up and extend this game. So you just want to get this thing over as quickly as you possibly can if you're Faulkner.
Yeah, for sure, and you got to have, as you noted, all the possessions at this point just need to be clean. You don't give anything away on the turnovers that lead to easy baskets. And if you're Thomas, down 10, 50 seconds to go, are you at a point where you consider fouling?
You're beginning to get there. Being in the double bonus may make you think twice about it at this point, but you're almost running out of options, and it's something that you just got to do if you want to extend this game.
C.J. Williamson, by the way, at 31, that is a new career high for him.
And that's not what you want to happen at all.
Not even a little bit.
C.J. Williamson gets hit with the block. That's his 4th.
Williamson's previous career high, 29 points against Martin Methodist a year ago.
Make that 3 fouls on C.J. Williamson. Stops the clock. Puts Jordan Booker at the free throw line.
So it was Thanksgiving week a year ago. C.J. Williamson had 29 points on the road against Martin Methodist in a game that Faulkner gutted out their win. Then he matched that number against William Carey on February 22nd. This is the first time in his career he's hit the 30-point plateau. Faulkner's needed near about all of them tonight. Booker hits that free throw. It's going to put him at 21 points on the night. And he makes that one as well. 91-83 is your score. Thrown into Sanderson. And Booker steals the pass back intended for Williamson. punched up, and a foul on Austin Rogers. That is 5 on him.
And these last two sequences could not have gone as poorly for the Eagles as they have.
This is about as bad as Faulkner could ask for. That's 5 on Rogers. He'll leave the game with 2 points and 9 rebounds. C.J. Hines in. So Faulkner will go small here at the end.
Ball handlers
get
the ball in and up against the press, which you know is coming.
Tim Williamson to the line. 7 points in the game for him, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. All around good night for the Augusta, Georgia native. Give him 8 points. Williamson, another one of those, hampered by foul trouble. He's got 4 on him. And he makes that one. All of a sudden, a 6-point game, 38.4 to go. Faulkner has no margin for error now.
No, this game is not over by any stretch.
Back to Sanderson. Throws it over to Hines. Into the corner to Hill. Back up to Sanderson. Over to Williamson. He'll drive, go all the way around, kick it out, and a foul. That's on Toriano Lewis. I think that may be 5 on him. So Toriano Lewis is fouled out. Good night for him, 15 points, all coming in the first half.
Good job by the Eagles there, just using a clock, making passes, keeping them from having the opportunity to foul.
91-85. To the line goes Trace Hill. Free throw's good. That'll give Hill, I think, 6 points on the night. It does. Seven points rather for Trace Hill on the night. 8-point lead for Faulkner. Just don't foul, and they do.
And
they're going to get Hamlet or Hines. Take your pick.
Hines.
They get Hines. And that's 4 on C.J. Hines. Because what would this game have been without one more trip to the free throw line? Booker, 22 points, 9 assists as he goes back to the line. Free throw, back iron, no good.
Free throw attempts 56 and 57 on the ball game.
Collectively, yeah. And good. 93-86, 23 points for Booker. Ball thrown in, back to Williamson, and he's fouled. So he'll go back to the line.
Somehow that's Booker's first foul.
He's played pretty clean.
He has.
I think he was the last guy on Thomas without a foul, wasn't he? No, Trey Alexander, who's not. He's the last guy who's played.
There you go.
Who didn't have a foul. And C.J. Williamson free throw up and good. And that one misses. So 32 points on the night for C.J. Williamson. Career high. That was his first missed free throw out of 11 attempts. And Booker falls down into Hill, and Hill gets called with the foul. Booker, I think, hit a slick spot or something, fell into Hill, and got the foul call.
Why not?
What can you do? Oh, boy.
I would say laugh it off, but no, you might want to just go in the locker room and cry at this point.
These refs have had a busy night tonight.
They have.
94-87. And he makes that one. 94-88. 25 points for Booker. This one is mercifully over. There will be no posthumous foul calls. It's done with. We do end up with 51 foul calls in a 40-minute game.
That's ugly.
But in the end, Faulkner wins, and that's what you came here for, was the W. So Faulkner looked dead to rights for a lot of this ball game. No energy, flat as they could be, especially in the second half. After the buzzer beater sent them into halftime, they never did find their legs, and it seemed they wouldn't. And then C.J. Williamson just kind of took over for a stretch, both ends of the floor, created a lot of opportunities, and I thought had the energy that fed everything.
Yeah, once he started just putting his head down, trying to get right to the basket, that really began to fuel some things. And that's when Garrett Sanderson then started hitting some threes, and they started hitting some of those open looks when C.J. really determined to, I'm going to get to the rim, I'm going to insert my will and make you defend me the way that I need to be defended at this point. And just a great job by him. And then, credit the other guys. When they got those shots there in that stretch in the second half here, they knocked them down and got the lead back for the Eagles, and they never let go from that point.
There's a couple things in this game we talked about coming in we felt like would be the difference makers, and the number one thing was rebounding. And Faulkner wins that rebounding battle 46-25. It made a big difference.
Biggest thing, 21 on the offensive side.
Right, and look, the second chance points are exactly the same.
Yeah.
14 all, but you're making Thomas defend for longer when you keep grabbing those offensive boards. Only 11 assists on 28 made baskets for Faulkner, 17 assists on 26 made baskets for Thomas. Percentages down the line better on the Thomas side. 48% from the floor versus 42% for Faulkner, 55% from three for Thomas versus 26% for Faulkner, 73.5% from the free throw line for Thomas, 84% from the line for Faulkner. But again, it's the rebounds and the points in the paint that are the big difference for the Eagles. 34-18 points in the paint, 46-25 rebounds. And look, again, the second chance points are the same, and the points off turnovers are virtually the same, but you took 67 shots on the night, largely because of that offensive rebound.
Offensive rebounds.
And it felt like that really just wore Thomas down in the end.
Yeah, it got to the point they really had no answer for that, because we saw how many times do we see C.J. Williamson and other guys just tipping it alive, and it finally comes out to a guard, and they're able to get another shot. And just a gutty effort, I guess, is the best way that you can describe it for Faulkner tonight. When you didn't have it, you still find a way to win in the end.
It was a game in which we saw 71 total free throw attempts between the two teams. 25 points, 9 assists for Jordan Booker. He led Thomas. Shamar Brown, 19 points. Daniel Marius, 10. Toriano Lewis, 15. On the Faulkner side, career high 32 points, 11 rebounds for C.J. Williamson. 22 points, 6 assists for 6 rebounds for Jordan Hamlet. Those 22 points also a career high for him. Garrett Sanderson, 14 points. That's all your Eagles in double figures. It's not the prettiest one in the world, but a lot of coaches will tell you they've never seen an ugly win. They have seen some that they wouldn't take out on a second date, though.
Yeah.
So 94-88 is the win here for Faulkner. They'll get back at it tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, against Florida Memorial in what will be at that point the 6th game of the Battle at the Beach. For Buddy Bagsby, Deshaun Bullock, Jacob Hartsfield. For David Turner, I am Jeremy Smith. This has been the Faulkner Sports Network presentation of the Battle at the Beach. Good night, and God bless you.